My lady, there are allegations of jury bribery. I don't know how true it is, but how do you check that these, because if jurors are going around announcing that they are jurors, people will definitely know them and they may approach them, because the allegations that some absent themselves because lawyers tell them not to come, so that it delays the process and delays everything. Have you gotten
I've never heard of anything you are telling me. I have no idea that jurors get corrupted. I just wonder that they get confused sometimes. But because sometimes their decisions may not make legal sense. I personally believe in the good in everyone. I find it difficult to imagine that people actually would be able to collect bribes and corrupt justice. However, is it that sometimes people have other considerations than the law they have been directed on, or the facts? I have seen that sometimes they do that. For example, I always give this example. You know, I was a state attorney before I became a judge.
Okay.
So I have seen a lot of things from the prosecutor's point of view and then from the judge's point of view. I have never done criminal defense, so I don't know how criminal defense works. But I do understand that the lawyers will do what they can to help their clients. But I have seen that in certain instances, if for instance, in all my experience, I've seen that whenever there is a homicide in a family relationship, you know, somebody kills his mom, someone kills his brother, the jurors find it a little more difficult because these are brothers and the mother is the witness. How do you call a mother to testify against her son? And especially if there are only two and one is dead by the hand of the brother, you know, that kind of thing. I think then there are also those who may have certain religious views, but which they are not letting on. If, for instance, there are those who feel, in those days that we used to have a lot of mandatory death sentences, there are those who say that you cannot kill another person. So as they sit there, if a guilty verdict would mean that they would
be sentenced
would be sentenced to death, then no matter what evidence you lead, they are not ready to hand down that for you to get the judge pronounce a death sentence. So that is why we also do the kind of orientation which lets them understand that if they have those kinds of views, then they should let the court know. But even then, now that we have moved away from a lot of the death sentences, we can see that then there would be a change. I mean, we've moved away from there. No death sentences now, just life. And even for the treason and high treason, since 1992, we've not had any president sign a death warrant. So I think now they are more settled in their spirit. So in the directions and in the addresses of the lawyers, they are supposed to explain these things to the jurors. We are supposed to be neutral arbiters. We listen to them, and then we also hand down our directions. As for bribed jurors, maybe people will suspect. I have no evidence at present.